Until now, very few people have actually taken the South African Communist Party's campaign to contest the 2026 municipal elections independently very seriously. I mean, why would they even do it? As most of you watching this video already know, the South African Communist Party had been in government in this country since 1994 through the Tripartite Alliance. The Tripartite Alliance was obviously the ANC, which was the face of this alliance, the South African Communist Party, since Joe Slovo, who had been the brains of this alliance, and COSATU, the South African Trade Unions Confederation, who had been the muscle of this alliance. Arguably, being the brains of this alliance, the South African Communist Party, since the days of Joe Slovo's friendship with Nelson Mandela, had been the most powerful partner in this alliance, with the ANC being the face shown to the world. So why are they now ripping the ANC apart and moving away? What made them so angry? Now, a public call by one of COSATU, the other leg of this alliance, one of their most influential member unions, told their members not to vote ANC and instead support the independent South African Communist Party, which has the potential to shake things up in this election completely, and perhaps there's a very good chance that it will even push the ANC down to under 30% of the national vote, and maybe not even the biggest party in South Africa for the first time since the 1994 election. Towards the end of 2024, the South African Communist Party declared that it would be contesting the 2026 municipal elections independently of the ANC for the first time ever. This split of this almost 100-year-old alliance is largely a result of Communist Party leaders and members losing confidence in the ANC and in Cyril Ramaphosa. This complete loss of confidence was particularly evident earlier this year when Ramaphosa spoke at the Communist Party's 31st annual commemoration of Joe Slovo, where he was booed and publicly humiliated, even despite paying tribute to the Leninist ideology of Joe Slovo. Now, as the Communist Party prepares to contest its first election independent of the ANC in its 105-year existence in South Africa, it has suddenly, and very surprisingly to us, gained support from the major factions of another coalition partner that the ANC had really relied upon to win elections for many decades before this election now. Stay tuned, because in today's video I am going to highlight what could end up being the single most earth-shattering split that the ANC had ever seen in its history, and a development that could lead up to the 2026 election countrywide in South Africa being much different from what anyone had anticipated. You see, the South African Communist Party has been allied with the ANC since the 1950s, largely, as mentioned, because of the close relationship between Nelson Mandela and Joe Slovo, who was also the figure that wrote almost all of the ANC's policy documents that they still use today, and one can call him the ideological godfather of the Afro-Marxism that is governing South Africa today. From that period onward, communist leaders such as Joe Slovo, together with Ruth First, Albie Sachs, Lionel Bernstein and many others, became not only the principal ideological architects of the ANC's revolutionary transformation, but also the organizational backbone that helped sustain the ANC and that ultimately led to the ANC taking over this country. Without these ideological leaders that I named, it would have been impossible for the ANC to win the elections in 1994, or impossible for them to even fight their so-called struggle against apartheid. The ANC and the South African Communist Party eventually emerged as the two dominant forces within South Africa's so-called liberation struggle. And since 1994, they have governed alongside the Trade Union Federation COSATU as the so-called Tripartite Alliance in South Africa. A government that has never changed since 1994, since the new dispensation in this country. Even though the ANC and the Communist Party didn't begin as allies at all, with the ANC being started as a pro-colonialist or liberal conservative black party, and the South African Communist Party beginning as a, well, white national communist party, these organizations radically realigned themselves together from the 40s onwards, since figures like Joe Slovo took over within the Communist Party and started seeing the ANC and the so-called liberation struggle as the vehicle to bring Marxism to South Africa. And this realignment reached its defining moment with the adoption of the Freedom Charter in 1955. This document advocated for a number of policies commonly associated with Leninist socialist thought, including free, universal and compulsory education, as well as an extensive state control over key sectors of the economy in pursuit of greater economic equality. Since then, the Freedom Charter, calling for all of this, has served as the principal ideological foundation binding the ANC and the South African Communist Party together, and also the principal ideological foundation on which the ANC relies to even know what they stand for, while also providing the blueprint for the so-called National Democratic Revolution that the ANC has sought to implement in South Africa ever since 1955. And so, the South African Communist Party, evidently frustrated with the continuing decline and foreseeing the eventual destruction of the ANC, has decided to contest this year's municipal elections independently for the very first time ever. As we also recently reported here on this channel, in one of the only by-elections that the Communist Party actually have contested in the Eastern Cape, it ended up getting more votes than even the EFF and came in a close second only behind the ANC. And now, on top of the momentum already established, the Communist Party has received another major boost. Yesterday, The Witness reported that tens of thousands of COSATU members in KwaZulu-Natal are now suddenly being advised to not vote for the ANC, but for the South African Communist Party. All of this comes as the regional secretary of NEHAWU, traditionally regarded as one of COSATU's most influential affiliate trade unions, called for their union members in KwaZulu-Natal to rally behind the South African Communist Party in the upcoming municipal elections. Mazwi Ngumbane, the organization's regional secretary, reportedly said that while almost all of NEHAWU members had all over the years supported the ANC and voted for the ANC during every election, they now realized that their loyalty to the party had delivered very little for them. He continued to say that he expects very little resistance from COSATU members once the party's leadership throws its weight behind the South African Communist Party, now standing independently of the ANC. Developments such as these in KwaZulu-Natal could mark the final collapse of the alliance that has once dominated the South African political landscape for well over 3 decades. The ANC's greatest electoral strength was never simply its own support base that it had on its own as a party, but the fact that it could rely on the combined machinery of the Communist Party being the brains and the groundwork done by the trade unions of COSATU to mobilize millions of voters behind a single banner and to vote for the ANC. Those same structures that helped the ANC get to power are now crumbling. Or those same structures now begin campaigning against the ANC instead of for it. Now the governing party would no longer be merely losing opposition voters or voters walking over to one of its splinter parties such as the EFF or the MK party, which did not have the machinery of COSATU and the South African Communist Party behind it. The ANC would be losing the very organizations that helped build and sustain its political dominance for the past 30 years. And also the organization that led to the ANC controlling South Africa and ultimately destroying it. If yesterday's bold announcement is anything to go by, and COSATU's rank and file are already beginning to shift towards the Communist Party on a meaningful scale, the 2026 municipal elections may very well end up becoming the pivotal historical moment when the tripartite alliance is finally broken for good and the ANC is finally reduced to a minority party. And when this happens, it would be the beginning of the end for the party of Cyril Ramaphosa and Nelson Mandela. In a very recent video, we also highlighted the true extent to which the ANC voters have become disillusioned ahead of our November 2026 municipal elections, and what the implications of this would be for the performance of minority parties or opposition parties in South Africa, and also the political future of our country as a whole. We believe you will find a lot of benefit from watching that video and maybe some hope for the future. Check it out by clicking on this link appearing on your screen right now. And if you appreciate the work and the research that we put into these videos on this channel, consider becoming a paying member of the Willem Petscher Group to invest in this channel and help us grow to become even better. Thank you, goodbye, and God bless.